Why a qualified architect matters. Thinking about a new build or an extension, we know it can be overwhelming, but you want spaces that improve your life and also to make a smart investment, but not have stress or things go wrong and hidden costs and eventually with regrets. At AML Architects, we understand that quality, peace of mind, and that things are done properly matter just as much as budget. That's why it's important to look for a qualified architect that's registered with the Architects Registration Board, that's ARB, and ideally with the Royal Institute of British Architects, RIBA. For example, if you were to have some work done with gas on your property, you'd make sure that you see that logo, the Gas Safe Registered Engineer logo. Similarly, if you're going to have any architectural work done on your property or your land, then it's advisable you look for the ARB logo, Architects Registration Board logo. Better still is with a chartered architect. That's the Royal Institute of British Architects logo, RIBA. Now, the importance of having these qualifications, that they can be trained and have experience to design spaces and buildings that are safe, also practical and beautiful, and they meet UK regulations. Unqualified designers may seem cheaper, but it could lead to mistakes or missed regulations, which could lead to costly corrections, also legal issues, and potentially very poor design you have to live with for years. For example, we were appointed to design a new build house, which previous to that had 20 years of planning history refusals. We designed the house, actually a bigger house, and we submitted it, it got approved, and then we went back with another planning application to make it even bigger and put a whole new story on the top. Again, we were approached by someone who, what they wanted to do was have a roof extension. And they went to someone, and then the building work started, the builder started, ripped off the roof, put some steels in, building control came in and said, no, those steels aren't suitable. In fact, the whole design is not suitable. And then the builder just disappeared. So the person was left with a house that was open to the elements, some steels in there that were not fit for purpose, they didn't have any approvals, and the builder had just disappeared with half the money for the build cost. On another occasion, we were approached by someone who had bought this big house in a lovely area, and appointed someone who's not qualified to do the design, and are over halfway through the build, and the owner realized that the layout's just not going to suit the way that they live. It's just not going to work. And so he contacted us to look at the layout, to make the changes, and it would involve demolishing quite a bit of the work that's already been done. These scenarios happen, we hear them all the time. With a qualified architect, you'll get an expert who can guide you through all the stages, from commencement to feasibility, design development, planning approvals, building regulation stage, and construction oversight. With AML Architects, you have an ARB, RIBA certified architects that's registered with the Architects Registration Board and a chartered member of the Royal Institute of British Architects. They will care about your design and your proposals, and that they really work for you and they last. If you want more than just the cheapest option, then we can offer you with quality, accuracy and support, and we can bring your dreams to life.